Hi, no opening doors, no nothing, kitchen again. I just want to draw, welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, Facebook page on YouTube. And you know, we get sent in so many great notes, we never know who writes them or anything like that. So we just post them, and they're great reading materials, and we like keeping them because it's something for the archives. And if you're ever visiting the page, you can just go over to it and read what's there, what some great people out there, some great DC fans out there that do. And here's just a wee short one now. Some of this will probably be a wee bit negative, but there's a positive feeling to it. Again, you can read this and many more notes like this on the Facebook page. 2016 has been one hell of a year for DC fans. The second instalment of the Academy Award winning DC Extended Universe, BVS, is one of the most controversial movies of the decade. For me, the Ultimate Edition of BVS is a masterpiece, and Zack Snyder is a genius who doesn't deserve the hate he gets for his magnificent films. In August, Suicide Squad was released, and it was hated by critics like the previous instalment of the franchise. And yes, Suicide Squad isn't a brilliant movie, but it was okay and fun. Yes, I know that everyone was blaming the visionary Zack Snyder for this, but we, the fans, know the movies he made, Watchmen, MOS, BVS, etc., are cinematic achievements and is indeed the best CBM director ever. Many people, including some fans, are also blaming Warner Brothers, the studio, which owns the DC Comics property, for this. This article will tell you why Warner Brothers is not to be blamed, but thanked. Yes, I know Warner Brothers cut 30 minutes of BVS in the last minute and released 2.5 versions of the movie in theatres. Yes, I know they fast-tracked the Suicide Squad script writing process. Yes, I know they called for reshoots for Suicide Squad to add humour because of the BVS response. Long back itself, Warner Brothers started making great Batman and Superman films. The Dark Knight trilogy by Nolan became a massive hit and earned a lot of dollars. Warner Brothers wanted the Dark Knight trilogy to start a cinematic universe, but Nolan made it clear that it was going to be separate films. Then they decided to build a cinematic universe with Green Lantern, which failed like predicted when they went back to square one, which is Batman and Superman films. Warner Brothers wanted Nolan to direct a Justice League movie, but he was done with comic book films. With The Dark Knight Rises, with Nolan's script, they called the genius Zack Snyder to direct The Man of Steel, a movie for the new generation of Superman fans. And after Man of Steel, it was Zack Snyder who wanted to build the DC Extended Universe, and he was the one who made this slate. Zack Snyder thought big and brought Batman up against Superman in the Man of Steel sequel, and introduced Wonder Woman and the Metahumans. Warner Brothers trusted our icon Zack and went forward with DCU. We should thank Warner Brothers for still trusting Zack and let him direct the Justice League movies. Other studios would have kept on board. After BVS, critical reception, but Warner Brothers knows that they had a bad history with freak critics, and it couldn't get worse. Yet, they cut 30 minutes of BVS because they wouldn't even make the 850 million if it was a 3-hour film. Reason why they cut it, because you couldn't make that money because a lot of theatres weren't going to show the thing. Anyway, Warner Brothers had a vision for the DCU, which is Zack's vision, and when BVS failed critically, they panicked. We all panicked, right? And the panic led to changing Suicide Squad, and I honestly think that the first cut of Suicide Squad wouldn't make any difference. Another reason for him rushing projects is a look at Marvel. They already have a well-established cinematic universe, while DC doesn't. Warner Brothers trusted Zack, and that's why we are getting masterpieces like Man of Steel and BVS, and yet to become and yet to become masterpiece Justice League. The best thing about Warner Bros. Is that they trust their directors and doesn't do much interfering with the vision as Marvel does. Warner Bros. Gave full creative control for James Wan for Aquaman and Matt Reeves for Batman. If DC was at the hands of Disney, we would get a lot similar fun and boring films. Now they brought Jeff Johns, John Byrne at the helm, and they made some changes to the slate of DC films this year. We are going to get Wonder Woman and Justice League, which is going to be mind-blowing, followed by Aquaman on Christmas next year. Now let's thank Warner Bros. And Zack Snyder for amazing DC Extended Universe. Now that was well written, and listen, if you're out there someplace who wrote that, please get in contact, please name, comment down below your link. That's all our page does, is we find the fascinating great writings that's out there and we keep them and we showcase your stuff, and sometimes names and whoever wrote it gets lost, and sometimes can't explain that on Facebook. Anyway, so as I was looking on Facebook, yeah, there's clickbait stuff like the last video we did. We showed you the icon of all the Justice League together, and somebody put Superman in it again. But what I found interesting in this, and Bright's board of classifications, so far it's got down as a PG, but they've not released anything formal, but you can see it's a PG. Hasn't got any running time or anything, but it's getting close, so tickets will probably be on sale very soon for Warner Brothers, for Wonder Woman. Also, on the screensaver up here, you've seen a poll that was done on the extended, what to look forward to in the next coming movies after Infinity War and Justice League movie. What's more excited to see, and a lot of them are saying Justice League. Now we've been here before, we've seen the polls, right? We have seen polls being done, and every time we see a poll we see the DC in the lead, but somehow or another the people that are running the poll still manage to thank Marvel, even though they were, losing in the polls of wanting to see it. So of course, and then they kind of blame it, it's all being fixed. We'll stop running polls then if you cannot legitimise your own poll from people that are somehow getting in there and making tomfoolery. Unless you can run a legit, unbreakable sort of, I'm losing the words here, that somebody can't hack, that's the word, hack your poll, then don't bother doing it. But so far DC seems to be up there. And another mention was that somebody's mentioning that Kevin Feige is saying that MCU might not go after a phase 4. That's probably because some of the actors already had their piece with their characters that are playing. But lo and behold, there will be a lot more Marvel characters out there for them to explore. And DC is just starting. It'll come. There will come sadly a time when, hopefully, let's wait until Ben Affleck's 60, then stop, okay? Because Henry Cavill's he's already said he wants to play Superman till the day he dies. He loves the role, and we're hoping to get the Man of Steel too. So if we can get DC films for 20 years, let's all support Ben Affleck, give him the thumbs up. If Arnold Schwarzenegger can do it for Expendables and Sylvester Stallone, well, we're in for a chance. But again, this is all hearsay and clickbait and all that stuff. See, I'm standing up for Marvel here. I am, it's weird, I'm standing up for Marvel. I'm saying, who cares? They've had the Avengers time, okay, now it's the Justice League time. And it's just on the ball, and we cannot, and I hope these out there can embrace all these people, the Trinity, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jesse Eisenberg, because we may only have this one go at it in our lifetime. I was watching a programme there about hospitals with sick kids, and cancer patients and stuff, and I'm reminded. And that's another bit of the news I wanted to say. I am reminded when I'm watching these programmes how frail life is and how short life can be. And my DC Domingo mentioned something like this. But I'm reminded that the person, J.J. Abrams, he got the Star Wars movie for The Force Awakens, he brought it to the guy's house, done that. Zack Snyder brought in BVS to this person. And another wee boy, and it's in one of my pictures on Facebook page, how everybody's complaining about Batman v Superman, why they're fighting on the big screen, and this wee boy, maybe 11 years old, who's lost his brother or something, he says, my brother would have loved to have seen this film no matter who played him. He's been a fan of these characters all their life, and he would have just appreciated to see this film. So that's, and now recently Patty Jenkins, she's getting a film together, and she's trying to get this Wonder Woman film to this cancer patient for her to see before. And that goes to show you that films are passion. These things are hobbies, they're not just comic books. These are things that get us through life. These are things that transport our minds, like people that do the cosplay for Star Wars and tattoo all their bodies. We don't have much in life these days, you know, we don't have much to look forward to. We go to work, we come home, we do what's expected of us, so we need this sort of escapism. And that is why we've become, like me, supporters of whatever we love, whatever football team we love. For me, wasn't much for football, so I'm supporting my DC. I want the world to support it with us, and this is why this Facebook page and this YouTube channel has been started. Okay, so that's all I've got to say in the matter. Please check out the page, check out the YouTube, check out the notes, and if you wrote the notes or whatever, please, if any, please just get in contact with us. Maybe you could write some for the page, put it on this. So thanks very much, and be positive out there.